Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Friday morning Bitcoin update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. Yes, Bitcoin on the 4-hour. We are doing our best to try and hold this support area that we've got going on here between about 33,000 and 34,000 we'll call it, but it's just below that. But either way, this support area we are looking at, we kind of need to hold this support level. If we come below here, then we are looking at basically a move down to 30k, and then if we get down to 30k, who knows if we're going to get supported this time. But obviously the more and more tests we get, the less and less likely it is we're going to hold it. So very important very important weekend, which is it's not good to see, because if you're an evil whale manipulator, then obviously a down is the way to go. Unfortunately, we could see them try and take us down over the weekend, when obviously markets are potentially thinner. And they can get us down there, and if they get us down there, who knows if they try and get us below 30, we shall have to see. But obviously that can all be averted if we can get back and hold over, well, we'll call it roughly 34,000, but get back and hold over 34,000, get playing within this range nicely, get testing back into 36,000, and then at that point we could actually be looking not too bad. We could be looking at potentially forming a rising channel that, in all fairness, whilst obviously rising channels do more often than not break down, the rising channel could obviously rise all the way up to 42,000, couldn't it? So it could get us all the way up there for just something to do, not too much going on in the market. We will draw it in, and then we shall see how we play within this potential formation that will have formations form, don't they? So yeah, we'll see how this works out for us. Obviously, if it doesn't work out, well, we've got two trend lines anyway that we should be keeping an eye on. Obviously this upper trend line and this lower trend line. But yeah, I mean, very easily we could literally lose this weekend and come down and completely negate the whole thing. The whole thing could be useless. But let's see how we do, because in an ideal world, ideal obviously we just catapult straight upwards. But in another sort of ideal world, if we can make our way up in this channel towards the 42,000, yeah, then maybe break down, get a pullback into the midpoint, get supported, and then come back up and take out 42,000. Then yeah, that obviously would not be the worst thing in the world for us, would it now? So yeah, some just pure obviously we've got pretty much boring sideways markets here. Well, they're not boring from a bearish perspective, because these guys are licking their chops at the opportunities that they think they can see, which they may be correct, but we shall have to see. But yeah, we will do a bit of chart speculation here. Also, if we look at the Ethereum Satoshi pairing, that came up to our level here, has come back down, back testing this level of support. So again, this is also at a critical point. Realistically, we want to hold this, otherwise we're probably going to come down lower. I mean, without wanting to give it too much leeway, we could potentially make this a sort of a range that we want to hold. We'll extend this over as well. Yeah, we could make this, if I can just find the right tool. Is this the one? Yes, we could maybe look at this as a bit of a support zone. If we hold this support zone, get supported in the support zone, and then continue on upwards, and that won't be the worst thing. But obviously we've obviously got to hold this support zone. Yeah, turn back up and then take out this level again and continue upwards. If we take out this support zone, then yeah, realistically we are probably gonna take out this low. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Obviously this does not speak to the health of the crypto market, but obviously the further we are now getting away from this potential break of 36,000, obviously the more confidence will wane out of the market. So yeah, Ethereum USD as well, as you can see, it is testing its horizontal. Lots of pivotal levels here in the Ethereum Satoshi pairing, in the Ethereum USD fiat pairing, and also in the in the Bitcoin pairing, the Bitcoin USD pairing. So yeah, lots of things we've got to be keeping an eye on. No doubt this is not going to be one of the things helping us. So as you can see, we didn't manage to hold below here, so we are gunning for the next levels. We have got this horizontal, and we should realistically, well, we'll extend and pretend this one. Yeah, it's really fine where it is. We've got these levels here. Shall we just draw in another rectangle and say if we lose this, then that's it, it's game over? Yeah, we probably should do. Not necessarily game over, but then, yeah, we're going to have targets into the 94s. And then realistically, we are looking at a potential bull trend in this asset, where we may pull back from this level, but we'd expect to get supported here, then continue on upwards. Maybe we are starting to form an ascending broadening wedge, which could eventually break down to the downside. But again, like I said, these formations, like the channel we could potentially have in Bitcoin, can travel a long way in their upwards trajectory or downwards trajectory before they do break down. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on this. But yeah, this is obviously not looking too good. There is one thing I do want to say though about basically people that talk about the dollar obviously going up and its negative effect on commodities. What I will say is that the dollar, this DXY, is measured against other fiat currencies. It's not measured against any real assets. So if you think about how the dollar has performed against, well, any other currency, then yeah, that's just a relative trade. If you look at how the dollar has performed against gold, for example, or even food, I mean, if you look at how much food, let's say how much basically a loaf of bread cost in dollars, obviously it's going to be a lot less than a dollar back in like say 100 years ago. It clearly, that loaf of bread, as obviously whilst it would have perished, but if it hadn't perished, would clearly be holding its value a lot more than the dollar, because that loaf of bread is still basically a loaf of bread, so worth a loaf of bread, whereas obviously the dollar is worth, you need a lot more of the dollars to buy that loaf of bread. Similarly with gold back then, a lot cheaper, and held its value better. So whilst if you want to look at, and obviously oil, anything that isn't another fiat currency, so whilst this dollar strengthening up, it is only strengthening up against other fiat currencies. So there is no real reason why, and basically real things will continue to go up against these currencies whilst ever basically their fiat currencies fixed against like nothing, basically just printing more and more of it. Clearly these will go down against real things, and if you want to consider Bitcoin as a real thing, as a commodity, then ultimately the direction of this is of no longer medium to long-term consequence. And obviously, as we know, Bitcoin has come from wherever it's gone to where it's gone now, and dollar's done wherever it's done. Either way, Bitcoin has gone up massively against the dollar, as we know just by the price. So yeah, that is just one thing I just want to highlight to you guys. Like, if we this is like the DXY, the dollar is measured against other basically scam fiat currencies, and if you measure it against anything real, over a period of time, the dollar is basically down like 99%, maybe even something stupid like that. And the other currencies are even worse, so they'll be down more than that. But really, there's like, what's the difference between 99 and 100%? They're basically worth nothing. They're going to be worth nothing. All currencies eventually revert to their intrinsic value of zero. All fiat currencies, that is. So yeah, there we go. Just a little chat on that. Let's have a look at the stochastics finally now. In fact, actually, a quick whiz look at stock markets. As you can see, still looking good, but at some point this will have a pullback. But who knows where that'll come from. Nasdaq obviously looking good as well here, and the Dow, we've not looked at the Dow for a bit, not really made these highs. Obviously we've had the rotation. We had the rotation into the Dow, so into basically value from growth, and now we're having a bit of rotation out of growth to value. But yeah, you can see the Dow still lagging a bit, but nonetheless looking good, and this is in the face of the dollar. But like I said, companies also are potentially real things with real cash flows, and they don't necessarily have to go down when the dollar goes up either. Because remember, the dollar, DXY currencies, they're measured against other currencies. So yeah, let's look at those stochastics. How are those stochastics looking? So 4 hour can finally give us a can finally give us a bit of impetus. Can that basically get us back up to 36,000? We would hope it can at least hold us at this level, even if it doesn't get us back to the top of the range, but at least hold us whilst we wait for some of the bigger guns to come to our rescue. Obviously the 10 hour still coming down, but I mean, if we do hold around here and push back up, it will turn back up. But obviously having a downward move. 12 hour looks like it's got plenty of room to run to the downside, so that is not our friend. But then daily, a higher time frame, more important one, is looking at getting into the bullish zone. Well, pretty much is there or thereabouts now, so this will pretty much counteract the 12-day. 2-day pointing up as well, and then 3-day drifting up as well. We won't look at the others, but yeah, so all in all, this stochastic read to me potentially suggests we can hold this level, and then yeah, try and get a move up, try and break 36k, come and tap the 38k, maybe come back down, tap 36k, maybe we can play in this, maybe we can play out this channel. We shall see. So yeah, there we go, guys. I hope you guys all had a great week. Hope you guys have got exciting weekends planned. I know in the UK we've only got a few more weeks to go before we get our lockdown extension announced. Not just kidding. Hopefully before like they ease something, but as you know, they don't ever want to let us out, do they? So do you know what I mean? They know there's elites that control the world. I mean, they know their system's going to collapse soon. Soon obviously within like a year, 2 years maybe, and obviously they need to have new draconian control methods in place well before that happens, because they basically know the guillotines are coming out. So yeah, they need to do what they can. They are in self-preservation mode. So yeah, there we go, guys. Anyway, thanks for listening. And on that note, I shall speak to you guys soon.